Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome back to the channel. Jesse talks all things TDCJ and military. As always, I'm your host, Jesse, and we got us a nice little war story blast from the past. I'm going to title this one today, Supervisor Loses Her Shit. Okay, this is going to be a little tale about an encounter that I had with a sergeant, and I guess she had just had the last bad day that she was going to have there. I mean, it's prison, especially TDCJ. There weren't a whole lot of really good days that were there. So let's paint the picture. All right. We're going to go back in time to 2013. I'm just about finished with my OJT phase. I was on the last couple of days of it. I'd already toured everywhere in the facility that I was supposed to tour. I had done my day and night shift tours with Gen Pop, segregation. I had already applied for day shift seg. At this point, I'm just waiting to hear which shift I'm getting to assign to. Because I was so far along in the OJT phase, I was, well, pimped out to one of three places during the days at that time. Either segregation property room inventory working with Miss Bro, patting down inmates during lunchtime while they were going in and out of the chow halls, or working in that damn mail room with those due diligent clerks who were doing everything they could to control the flow of contraband in and out of there through the mail. God, that was so sarcastic. Okay, on this particular day, it was a pretty tough day. In the mail, the inmates could get pictures, all right? They could get nude photos. This is a prison channel. It couldn't show any kind of genitalia. Breast, that was okay. Nothing down below. No, use your imagination. Couldn't see any of that. If any of it was in any of the photos, it was supposed to get confiscated. They could say pretty much anything they wanted to each other, minus anything involving gang communication, security threat groups, okay? Couldn't have anything involving minors, sexually related in that topic, and they couldn't communicate with other offenders, okay? Susie Joe couldn't tell Bobby John how Pookie Bear over in 4 building was doing. They couldn't do any of that. If we ran into that, that letter was supposed to be confiscated, given to one of the mailroom clerks, and they did whatever they did with it from there. I really don't know. I never really cared much about being in the mailroom. And so on this particular day, man, the amount of sex mail that was coming in and out of there on this day was just crazy. I don't know if I just ended up with the batch of it, if it was mate season, or what the hell was going on, but man, they get as graphic as they could. They do a chain kind of thing. Bobby John is telling Susie Bear what he wants to do when he gets out. Susie Bear is telling Bobby John what's go, and they would have a chain going back and forth, basically like a graphic novel, essentially. And if you worked in there long enough, you'd start to recognize certain letters, and somehow it just aligned. And man, just the nasty crap that I was reading all morning was just setting up for a bad day. All right. So when it got time for when it got time for chow to start being served, I couldn't wait to get out of there. Normally, I would drag my feet, by this stage of the OJT phase, I would drag my feet headed out to those chow halls to start patting those nasty dudes down. But on this particular day, I was the first one there. I couldn't wait to get out of that room and get out there. So I'm outside Charlie and Delta pods. I did confirm. They weren't 1, 2, 3, 4. It was Alpha Bravo, Charlie Delta. Okay. Officer dining room in the center. Gate boss right there in the center of that. So on this particular day, I'm working outside there. I don't know who the supervisor was. I really wasn't paying attention. We didn't interact a whole lot with the supervisor unless a use of force broke out. Otherwise, all we were there to do was just grab as many inmates as we could coming in and out of the chow halls, pat them down, and let them go on. You couldn't get every single one of them. There were just too many. And I remember this day, not only for the situation coming up with the supervisor, and we'll talk about, I remember this day specifically because I actually finally found something on the inmate. He had strapped to the back of his leg a sack of peanut butter and jelly mixed in with it. All right. It was a long plastic bag and it had been flattened out real flat, and it was married up to the back of the guy's leg. It was tied around his knee and it was flattened out as best he could. I don't know how it got there. I wasn't working in the chow hall. How it got attached to this dude, I have no idea. I just remember patting him down. I felt something that felt a little bit too squishy to be a calf muscle, and the guy knew I found it as soon as I touched it. I was like, "Hey, what you got on your leg, man?" "Nothing, boss." This is before Priya. We could strip inmates out naked in front of everybody. "Go ahead and strip out." "Hey, come on now, boss. That's some hoe ass shit. Look all the..." "Get naked right now, dude." By this time, the supervisor was a lieutenant, don't know his name, heard what was going on, come over. Usually when the supervisor came over, inmate would start doing right. All right. Dude pulls his pants leg up. I'm doing this like you can see what I'm doing. I'm pulling my pants leg up. Dude pulls his pants leg up, and the sack drops out on the ground. All right. LT looks at me. "Good catch, man." Calls the utility bosses, take the guy out. I don't know what happened with the peanut butter. I went back to patting down other inmates, just ready for this mess to end. Been out there for a couple hours, and when you're on OJT and you got done patting down around lunchtime, that's typically when we would go to the ODR, get a little bite to eat. The smokers run out to the parking lot to their cars, grab a smoke, take a cell phone, something like that. I didn't smoke, still don't, so I just always go to the ODR, get something to eat. So I had done that, and I had walked through the gate, and the other sergeant, she's standing there. She had on the blue polo shirt, this black Ranger cap, the gray ODUs, I'm sorry, that's Coast Guard talk, operational dress uniform, the gray BDUs, battle dress uniform, and she's standing there. As I'm walking past, "Hey, what's going on, Sergeant? How you doing today?" And she's like, "Don't even start with me, dude." "Oh, you all right, Sergeant?" "I just said don't start with me." I'm like, dude, I ain't no damn inmate. What's wrong with her? Okay. I don't know what was going on to put her in such a bad mood, but she just wasn't having it. Okay. She was just standing there in the highway, just like done with it. Chow was done being served. There weren't supposed to be any more offenders moving out. This one offender comes through the gate. Apparently it wasn't latched all the way. It happens sometimes. A lot of times they close it, and as they close the gate, they slap the side of the fence to make it sound like the gate was closed, but it wasn't really secured. And that's probably what had happened in this situation. Inmate pushes through the gate. He's trying to go to his classroom. Well, he wants to go in and eat. He walks right up. Somehow he knew her by name. She didn't have a name tag on. I'd never worked with her before. Didn't know who she was. Her name was Sergeant Painter. Okay. "Hey, Sergeant Painter. Hey, you open up that door and I go eat so I can go to class." She turns and looks at him. "Chow's over, dude. You need to move on." "Oh, come on, Sergeant Painter. I just want to go eat and go to my class." Tells him again. "I done told you. We're done serving chow. You need to get on." I don't remember. I remembered those parts of the conversations. At this point, I was just ready to start walking on by. I'm ready to go ahead and get with FTO Lewis and see if she's going to put me back in the mailroom or if I'm going over to property with Miss Bro. Inmate looks at me. "Hey, Mr. Carter. Hey, can you let me in there? I just want to go eat. I got my class to go to. I got stuck out, man." She loses her mind. I got to use profanity in this to get the truth of it in, but I'm going to try to be careful how I do it. "I hate you fucking inmates. Don't listen to what we're trying to say out here. You knew damn well you were supposed to be here. You know the serving times. Your ass didn't get locked out. You're probably hanging out." Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I don't know what was going on with her to put her in such a bad mood, but she just wasn't having it. All right. She's still yelling at the guy, and guy's just standing there taking it. It's hitting him, okay? When she gets done, this made it even worse. He looks over at me. He's like, hey, man, can you let me in here? She obviously, she ain't even here with us no more. She gets mad. The supervisor had a big key ring, and it had the keys. Okay, if you've ever seen movies with they call it the Folger-Adams keys. It's a long key, typically made out of brass. All right, goes in long ways, turns 90 degrees, door opens, turn it, pull it back out. Okay, they make a very distinctive clanking sound. She throws these keys down on the ground and storms off. All right, keep in mind, I'm by myself. Right? No other inmates are around, no other supervisors. I don't have a radio, nothing. She throws them down on the ground and starts storming off. Okay, he didn't close the gate all the way, and I'm watching her. I'm wondering what the hell she does. She gets to the gate, opens it up, slams it, and walks on by. All right. Looked over at the inmate. He looked at me. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Carter, I let myself in, but I'm not supposed to. You let me in that chow hall, man. I just want to go eat and go to class." Okay, the guy was repeating himself at this point. He wasn't being a turd. Okay, he wasn't being any kind of a shithead. Me being brand new, I'm like, step back. He backed up. I kept my eye on him, reached down, and got the key ring. Looked over, stuck the key in the door, opened it up, door cracked. Inmate comes in, shut the door. I was like, okay. I guess nobody but the supervisor was supposed to have those keys. Okay. I didn't know what the hell to do. I'm like, so I looked over to the desk boss. Hey, boss lady. She looks over at me. It's like, Sergeant Painter left these keys. Do I give these to you? She's like, those don't go to me. What do you think I'm supposed to do with them? I don't know. Where'd she go? She left. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I got the supervisor's keys. I'm an OJT, boot-ass rookie CO. Like, what in the world's supposed to be going on here? She gets on the radio, calls out, Captain Boykins. Captain Boykin comes around. She lets him through the gate. He's like, Carter, what's going on? Hey, Cap, I'm just walking past Sergeant Painter. She got into it with the inmate, and she dropped the keys and just left. She left them here with me, man. Hey, it's all good. We'll see what's going on. He takes the keys. Like, so where you headed right now? Meeting up with Officer Lewis. I'm still OJT, trying to get through on shift here. It's all good, man. Go ahead. Go meet with Miss Lewis. Thanks, Cap. All right. I waved over at the desk boss. Take care, boss. She didn't say anything. Got to the gate, went to pull on it. Gate's locked. Hold on a damn minute. She screamed at me. Okay, stand there. You hear the click of the solenoid as it would release the bolt, and then the gate would kind of free swing there. Pulled the gate open, pulled it shut behind me. Walked on down the highway. Like, okay, not sure exactly what's going on. Got to Miss Lewis's office. She tells me, go on back to the mailroom. I'm like, oh, fuck me, man. This is probably one of the weirdest days ever. Go back in the mailroom. Finished out the day. It's just another day in Seg, man. In Seg. Another day at Styles, man. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if she quit. I don't know if she got fired, got relieved. I never saw her again. I hadn't seen her up to that point. Maybe if somebody sees this channel and knew her, maybe you could tell me. She just had enough of it, man, and just went off. So, yeah, it happens. Just happened to be when I was there. Folks, I hope you guys have enjoyed the story. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all in the next video. Carter's out.